She's April.
And she's Molly.
And we are
Book Besties. And I particularly like polygamous cults.
Buy me books and tacos and call me good girl and I'll do whatever you want.
I'm guessing that goes around his dick.
Mostly because I'm just not prepared for anything that comes out of her mouth.
Prison pockets. Hey! How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I miss your face. It's good to see you.
I miss you too. I know.
In case you
know what, we only have. Look, I can tell you how many days. Hang on, how many days till we go to BookCon?
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too. And then they keep like putting stuff on their socials, and I'm like, oh my god! So
I know we do not have a budget. We get to spend recklessly while we're at BookCon. I've declared it.
Yes. That will happen. 128 days.
Yay!
Delta app. So
Besties, in case you haven't guessed yet, that is not Molly. That is Nurse Katie, who's filling in. Molly was supposed to have surgery and things went a little haywire, so she did not have surgery, but she is still recovering from something else. So
all the things.
She'll be back next season.
Yes.
And it'll be good. But I'm so thankful that I get to hang out with my other bestie.
The OG.
The OG.
One of the OGs. Yeah.
Yeah, because we've known each other since we were, what, like 14, 13, 15, something like that. When did you move to Ohio?
7th grade? 8th grade? 8th grade.
I think it was 8th grade. So that would have been like 13 or 14.
Long time ago.
Time ago. Yeah.
So what else is going on in your world? Anything exciting? Not that I don't talk to you every single day, multiple times a day, but it's good to see you and talk to you. Yeah.
I know. Still going well with the fundraiser that I'm collecting books for work. I think I have like 20 authors, not 20 books because some have given multiple books, but we're gearing up for that. I need to make a auction brochure. I don't really know what to call it, but I don't want to put the books out because, we're a library and I need them to not try to take those books. So
you can't check these ones out, even though you're in the library. These are the books you can't check out. So yeah.
Right. So, but I'm really excited for that. And I should hear from the grant that I applied for in February, I think. So hopefully I still need one more support letter to officially submit the big grant, but I've submitted 2 others. So
that's awesome. That's so cool that you can do that.
I didn't get one of them, but I wasn't really optimistic about that one. I kind of wrote it in like a couple hours, and you can't write a grant in a couple hours.
Yeah. The whole grant writing process is so far over my head. We had to help with it one time when Steve was a volunteer on a really tiny fire department, and I was like, yeah, this is a no for me, dog. Like, there's so many things you have to include, and I'm like, just give me the money. Like,
and everyone has like a different requirement list, and like one wanted me to like pull up our tax records, and I was like, I don't fucking have any of that, so I have to like talk to our people that are more important than me. But I mean, it's grant writing is really just a lot of talking about how awesome your library is and why you need money so you can be more awesome.
That's fair. I like your shirt. Is that one of your Carpe Librum shirts? It's very
I was going to say, speaking of being awesome, be awesome, read books, read, think, act, repeat. This is like one of their slogans. And thank you. I like the color too. It's like this purpley blue color. I'm not really sure what to call this color, but I like it. And this is one I got at Columbus Book Festival. And, or no, this is one they sent me. But right now, $10 off using the code HOLIDAY10 for an order of $40 or more. And I think that's a really good deal. So.
I have about, I want to say like $60 worth of stuff in my cart that I'm waiting for payday to click the button. So.
And then don't forget the code HOLIDAY10 so you can.
I know. I have a post-it note right here on my desk that says, "Don't forget the Besties code." So I'm off most of this week, so I will get some of my Christmas prep done.
Yeah.
Very excited for that.
I'm done with Christmas shopping.
You are?
Yeah, I am. I have to buy something for my dad, for my stepmom, and Tom's dad. But they're like my 3 hardest to shop for. So, yeah. But I have a terrible feeling that when your present comes to you, it's going to say that it's from you. And Molly's present from me is also going to say it's from you. Because
we know ourselves so well. Yeah.
It's because I can't tell you what I got you because I want it to be a surprise. But I got you guys something that you get a discount for buying more than one of them.
Yeah.
And they agreed, and free shipping is part of that discount. And they agreed to ship them separately, so I didn't have to like get them to me and then ship them to you.
Yeah.
And so I put in Katie and your information as the shipping address.
Mm-hmm.
And then contacted them, was like, okay, this goes to this one goes to this address.
Mm-hmm.
But when I got the tracking information, it definitely says that they're from Katie.
From me to me. Well, at least I'll know. And you know what? I feel like this is evidence when it does arrive that my husband cannot flip me shit for buying things for myself this close to the holiday. I will be like, literally, Exhibit A is the podcast, April saying. So sit down, Steve, and be quiet. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, I can only account for that one item, though, Katie. I can't help you with the rest.
Yours and Molly's are the only 2 that I'm actually done with.
Well, that's exciting.
I have to just package them and get them shipped off. So that's on my to-do list this week too. So
nice. Yeah. I do not know when yours is going to arrive, but it is on its way, potentially from you to you.
Yes. I got to figure out your birthday present next. That's my next goal. So.
I had a conversation with Tom today about my birthday. I was like, are we doing anything for my birthday? Because he asked me if I'd taken my birthday off, which I have, because my birthday is the week of Christmas. We're only open on my birthday and the day after. And I was like, I'm just taking the whole week off because
that's fair.
Why not?
Yeah.
So he asked me about taking the day off because he has something they want him to do at church. And I was like, seriously? On my birthday?
This better be a cover for a nice romantic date, Tom.
Well, no, he's not going to do it. He told the guy no, but the guy was like, well, that day is better for me. And he's like, also, that's not better for me because that's my wife's birthday. So good for him on that. But I was like, are we doing anything for my birthday? And he was like, do you want me to have a plan? I was like, I do not want to have to plan what I do on my birthday. He's like, okay, but look, I don't want to give away what I got you, but also I can't decide what we do on your birthday until after you open your birthday present. So I don't know what that means. I told him that I think he should take me to Barnes and Noble and let me buy literally everything I want. And he was like, I was like, you can't say no. And he was like, I'll be saying yes, yes, yes. And I was like, yeah, you will.
So will Mama as I add another one off the shelf here, you know.
But I'm on my last book for pod, the one we're doing next week with the authors, The Crimson Throne. And then I'm going to read Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal by Megan Quinn.
Oh, it's so good.
And then I'm going to read Second Chance Romance by Olivia Dade. And then I have to start on season 10.
I totally forgot I got that Olivia Dade one too. Sugar.
You got to read it.
I will, because I love her. I have, I have the Nightmare Before Christmas.
It's really good. I just finished it.
I wanted to read because I read Beth Revis's Crash Landing into
Chaotic Orbit series.
Yeah. And I liked those. So
Full Speed Till Crash Landing is the first one.
That's what it is. Crash Landing into something. You knew what it was. Yeah.
I knew where you were going with it. It's fine.
But that's on my Kindle. And then I have a sprayed edge cover of Crimson Throne that I'm very looking forward to getting into. So
I have the ARC copy that they sent us because Yeah, so I have that. And I'm listening to the audiobook as well.
Nice.
And I'm at 125 books for the year.
You are smoking me. I am at, I got to look at my Goodreads because I know my little ticker isn't up to date. I'm woefully behind this year. I am at 79 books, and my goal is 115. I am 28 books behind. It is not happening this year for this gal. So I don't know.
Well, I sort of look at it like this. Those goals are just personal. I don't care if I hit them. My goal this year was 75 books because it's been 50 books for years now, and I've read over 100 books for the past 3 years. Yeah. But I am not a fast reader, and and mostly that's because I really like to devour and immerse myself in the book. So I can remember parts of books way down the road. You know what I mean?
Yes, you are very good at that. Yeah.
I was an English major, so but I don't read fast, but the podcast has me reading fast, and I also have to read for the 2 book clubs at work. And we aren't meeting this month for book club. We're going to do a gift exchange and go to lunch. And I got to show you what I got so I run a romance book club, right? And so we're doing a white elephant. Mm-hmm. And I got this How the Neighbor Stole Christmas for the romance book club because it was so good. It was so good.
Candy canes. Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, there were candy canes.
Pineapple candy canes, yeah.
And then for my regular book club that's not really genre specific, but they read a lot of historical fiction, I got Wayward because I really enjoyed this year.
Yeah.
And so I got that one for them. And so those will be the white elephant giveaways that I got.
Fun.
I know, it's going to be great.
And a book club where you get more books. Where you get books as gifts. I'm here for the books as gifts.
Yeah, so, me too. Yeah. Just buy me books, or if you're not sure what to buy me a gift card and I'll buy my own books.
Buy me books and tacos and call me good girl and I'll do whatever you want.
This is true. Also, I like Lego too, so. I finished the Up House today. It's behind me.
You did? Yeah.
See it? Isn't it cute?
Aww. I need to work on some of mine. I am about 3/4 of the way through a really good audio book on Audible. It's like an Audible original, so I didn't have to use one of my credits. Mm-hmm. But it's Brendan Fraser, and it's so good. So he's like a prisoner, and it's set in the future, and they download their consciousness, and then in the second one, they have to re-upload their consciousness. And I drove an hour to Chloe's wrestling tournament today, and I got to the part where I was like, so tomorrow I definitely think I'm going to have some headphone and Lego time to finish this book because it was really good.
That's what I've been doing today with Crimson Throne. So, so I guess we probably need to talk about this week's book.
I guess. We both really liked it, so that's good.
Oh, yes, I did. So this week we are talking about One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig, and we did talk about doing this book and Two Twisted Crowns, doing both of them, but I couldn't keep up to read both of them, so we're just doing this one. But I plan to read Two Twisted Crowns soon.
Good, because it's so good.
Well, I have, because of the thing with next season, which will be potentially our last season, we're going on hiatus, indefinite hiatus. I'm going to have the month of February pod free, so I plan to read some sequels. So the sequel to this and the sequel to The Serpent and the Wings of Night.
Yes,
because we're going to meet that author, and I really want to do that before we meet her.
So good.
And then finally fucking read Rebel Witch, because I still have not fucking read it.
All 3 excellent choices. Excellent.
And then, have you read Wild Reverence yet?
Not yet.
Did you? But you read the
Are those the cowboy ones? Oh.
Fucking hell! Give me a second. Divine Rivals.
No, I never remember. No, I don't know. And I don't know why I've never picked that one up. I just haven't. So
it's the one with the like magic typewriter.
yeah, I
So
don't know
Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, like Ruthless Vows wasn't as good as Divine Rivals, but they were both really, really fucking good. So Wild Reverence is a new book set in the same world, but set before Divine Rivals. And Divine Rivals is YA and Wild Reverence isn't. It's like spicy with gods and shit. And I'm like here for that. So
I have quite a few. I have the entire City of Brass series. I read the first one and I really loved it. And I really want to read the next two of those because that author, who I think is going to be a book con too, wrote the most wonderful book about a pirate who's a mom that I'm like, it's so good. Like this, it's like such a good fantasy story, but the main character is a mother. So she's like struggling with all these things as a mother. And that sequel is coming out too, so I really want to read that. So yeah, okay, but let's focus on this one because it's 15 minutes in.
I mean, you're not new here. You know that's how we roll.
Sorry.
One dark window. One dark window. You know, it's always funny to me, Katie, and this is me going on a tangent. When you and I have an episode, the vibes are completely different than when you and Molly have an episode, and similarly when Molly and I have an episode. Like,
for sure, yeah.
You and I tend to be like much more like mellow.
Molly brings out my crazy in the best way possible. I love doing episodes with her, mostly because I'm just not prepared for anything that comes out of her mouth.
No one ever is.
So it's like a surprise, and I just love her. I'm so glad that I have gotten her in my life through my friendship with you. So it's been fun.
Yeah.
So, I have a synopsis. I did write a synopsis.
You did?
I did. That's
so
what
impressed.
I was working on. And it's not just a Goodreads synopsis. Like, I actually did one. Would you like to hear it?
I would love that.
Okay, lock in.
You're leading this bitch.
Okay. 78 Providence cards. 12 black horses, 11 golden eggs, 10 prophets, 9 white eagles, 8 maidens, 7 chalices, 6 wells, 5 iron gates, 4 scythes, 3 mirrors, 2 nightmares, and 1 twin alders. Magical cards bartered by the Shepherd King to the spirit of the woods in the town of Blunder. As the town folks use the cards and their magic more, they no longer seek the spirit, and she ends up creating the mist that surrounds the town and cuts it off from the rest of the world. To make matters worse, people, especially children, are infected with a fever that gives them magical abilities, only to be hunted by the Rowan King and his destroyers to be able to control their magic tighter through the cards. Elsop is not only infected and healed, but carries with her the voice of Nightmare, the card she absorbed when touching it. While highwaymen seek out the cards at night, stealing those to gather the deck, we learn that Elsop is not the only one in Blunder infected and kept secret. Let's delve into One Dark Mirror as we discuss how nothing comes for free, especially magic.
One dark window.
Yes.
You said one dark mirror.
One. Yes. That's what I meant. And I literally wrote One Dark Mirror. Yeah. One dark window.
That's okay. There's grace for that. I know what you meant.
Thanks.
I'm so excited because I really enjoyed this book.
Me too. So that's my first question is, this is Rachel Gilling's first time on the pod. What do we think of her writing, world building, and will we read more of her? And then I put, not just the second of this duology.
So I have already purchased The Night in the Moth. Is that what it's called? The Night in the... Hang on.
Her other series?
It's the first book in her next series. It's called The Night in the Moth. Yeah. Nice. So I've already purchased that one. I pre-ordered the Barnes & Noble special edition, and I've pre-ordered the second book in that series as well. So yes, I do intend to read her. Yes. So I feel like romantasy is kind of taking over from rom-com. Like it's becoming
with that. I am okay with that. Yeah.
I think what it is like the rom-coms, I love them because they're shut your brain off. There are a few rom-com writers that I do not feel I shut my brain off with. One being Emily Henry, one being Olivia Dade. Like I feel like they bring a depth that like makes my heart like ache for these characters.
Yeah.
But because I so much love contemporary fiction and like big brained books, which I don't get to read as often because they're not good for the pod. Romantasy fills that gap. It gives me the romance, but it also has this world building that like makes my brain stretch. And so, I'm going to devour them. And I know that's like kind of your favorite genre, right? Is romantasy?
Oh, for sure. 100% for sure. I am a romantasy girly through and through. If there's dragons, if there's magic, if there's fairies, if there's fae, if there's vampires, werewolves, any of that shit. And people are always like, why do you read that? I work with cancer patients.
Because the world is a terrible place.
Yeah. And like, have you looked around? Like, if I can disassociate, why would I not? Like, I really, but I don't like high fantasy, like Lord of the Rings high fantasy. Like, I need my fantasy with a little bit of dirty, hair pulling, ass smacking kind of shit. So, yeah. So give me all the romantasy. Yeah.
Did I hear you got a new Carpe Librum shirt?
I did. It is my favorite design that I have of theirs.
More than the fairy wings?
You know, I really love the fairy wings, but I really want to support libraries as a whole and not just the fact that I'm a children's librarian.
Valid.
So I'm gonna show off my favorite one. And before I do that, I just want to remind everybody, Carpe Librum is size inclusive. They do not shrink. I put them in the dryer, guys. I'm a big girl. I put them in the dryer and I don't worry about them shrinking.
They stretch over my double Ds, so y'all know that they're solid.
I wear a 2X in them, and it fits perfectly. I wear them to work all the time, but I got to show you my favorite one. First of all, the coloring of the blue that it is so perfect because this is based on the iconic sign that all of us have seen a bazillion times.
No.
And here it goes. Read local.
I need one now. Do they have that in purple?
I'm not sure if it comes in any other colors. I got this color because I specifically wanted it to look like the library sign blue. But
oh my God.
Local.
I'm going to have to use the code and go get myself one for Christmas.
On the back, it has their slogan, Read, Think, Act, Repeat, and the website, Be Awesome. Readbooks.com.
I need that shirt now. Gimme.
And
gimme.
With our code this month and next month, so November and December, which is Holiday 10, you get $10 off of any order $40 or more. So go get you one of these shirts and support local libraries, because supporting local libraries is more important now than it's ever been. This is also supporting an independent business, a woman-owned business.
Woman-owned.
It's amazing. It's a small business. And beawesomereadbooks.com and get your very own Read Local t-shirt.
I fucking love it. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
You don't have to be jealous. You can go get your own. Yeah, but I really love romantasy too.
Yes.
And this is like, you haven't heard the episode yet because wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, but the episode that I interviewed Alexandria Arden, which will be live by the time this comes out, we talked about that, like how the world building is just so integral to these stories. And when you don't build out the world, then it doesn't. Yeah. And a favorite author of mine wrote a book this year and released a book this year that we both read. And the biggest issue was that the world was not built.
Agreed. 100% agreed. And we were both like, oh no, we were devastated. Yeah.
Seriously. But I fucking pre-ordered the second book in the series anyway.
Did you? Oh,
I can't. It's her.
I know.
It's her. But
it's
yeah,
fine.
I feel like you've given me a lot of romantasy recommendations. Like I read the what was it? The Daniel L. Jensen series, and I
am obsessed with Daniel L. Jensen. The Nordic one.
Yeah.
A Fate Cursed in Blood. Yes.
Yes. And I hadn't really, like, I've seen the books in the library, but I didn't really know a lot about them. And then you told me to read them. And the first one I thought wasn't that great, but the second one was so good. I'm glad I stuck with it.
I loved both of them. So she has another series that I tore through.
Yeah. That's the one where it's like, it looks like stained glass on the cover, right?
Yes. The Bridge Kingdom.
That's it.
It's like this person is this sister and married to this one and this one and this one. Oh, it's so good though. And it's got like a spy component to it. And it's so good. And then her third series is called The Dark Shores. which is got kind of pirates, world traveling, Grecian soldiers, like, and I read the first one and I got a little bit into the second one, and then I had to take him back to the library. But I just really like her writing. I love her.
I'm going to have to go down the rabbit hole with her. Yeah. I mean, my plan for after we finish Pod Season 10 is to read whatever the fuck I want.
There you go.
That's what I plan to do. We can do Smut Girl Summer, though, if you want. Yes. Since we're not doing more Winter Bitches this year because I was like, I can't. I don't have it in me. But we can do Smut Girl Summer again.
Yes. Smut Girl Summer!
I mean, I need the smut in the summer because the libraries are so fucking busy. I just need to shut my brain off. And oh my gosh, Katie, I need you to get further in Dungeon Crawler Carl, because today on TikTok, TikTok creator released 3 10-minute episodes of Jeff Hayes reading from the next book that's not out yet.
I am on, what book am I on?
The 3rd one, right?
No, I'm further than that. I think I just finished the 4th one.
Is that the Gate of the Feral Gods?
Yeah, I just finished that one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, the book that's not out yet, that comes out next year, Jeff Hayes read an excerpt from it, and there's a bad guy who's a kangaroo whose name is Prison Pockets.
I love this. I identify so heavily with Princess Donut some days.
I love her.
And not a lot of people, other than you, I haven't met anybody, you and Molly, who get my Princess Donut when I say, this is an outrage.
Mongo is appalled.
We love Mongo. So, okay, focus. We got to focus. Okay.
We got to focus.
Second question, 24 minutes in.
Gosh.
All right. Let's talk about format on this one. This was a reread for me. I had originally read it on my Kindle.
Yeah.
And then I came and I purchased the paperback because I wanted the trophy, and then I wanted to be able to make notes. You started with the audiobook and then changed to print. So let's talk about that, because we are both audiobook readers, and what we were just talking about, Dungeon Crawler Carl, that is, I firmly believe, the only way to listen to that is an audiobook. So
that's the way to consume that book for sure.
Yeah. Curious how your take was with the audio versus the print on this one.
So I started with the audio because I was still reading The Witch Queen, and I really needed to finish that and then, get into One Dark Window. And I usually read an audiobook for Molly's weeks and physical books for my weeks, because I have a hard time writing questions from the audiobooks. But I knew you were writing questions, but I made it 5 chapters into the audiobook and had no fucking clue what was happening. None whatsoever. Yeah. So there's a character, the Nightmare, who lives inside Elspeth's head, and the narrator of the audiobook doesn't do a really good job of differentiating their voices. And so it gets easier as you continue on with the book, because the Nightmare gets stronger, and so there's more of a conversation. But I thought she was talking to herself. She is, but I didn't really understand that there was another person.
A totally different character. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah.
And then the physical book and the Kindle book have cards in them, so you can see, and they're kind of like epigraphs at the beginning of a chapter, but I didn't know that, so I was like, what are they fucking talking about? So I ended up stopping the audiobook at chapter 5 and going back and rereading everything. And in the end, I ended up doing the audiobook and reading. And so I actually think what I need to do before I read Two Twisted Crowns is read this book entirely in print.
Yeah.
And then go read Two Twisted Crowns, because I feel like there are gaps that I didn't fully get with the audiobook.
Yeah.
And I really have a problem with the way that the narrator was voicing Raven's character, because it's just one narrator. And I look at Raven's character as being more flippant and sarcastic.
Right.
And I texted you this thing, but I was so stoned when I did it, so I'm not even sure that made sense when I said. But he's saying to his cousin, whose name escapes me now, not Hoth. What's the cousin who's like on their team?
Elm.
He says to him, like, what do you want me to do? Like, what do you expect me to do? And the narrator was like, what do you expect me to do? And I was like, that's not the vibe that I get from Raven. Like, I get that he is much more like calm demeanor than all the other male characters in this book.
Right. Yeah.
And it's kind of important that he is that way because he and Elspeth, they would not have formed a bond otherwise.
No. Well, and his, spoiler, his duplicitous behavior would not have been able to be if he was flying off the handle and being enraged. So that's I think that's a huge part of that is like sometimes these need to be in print.
Yeah.
And the audiobook can make or break a book 100%. So
and here's what I'll say. Like, I have quit a book because I did not like the audiobook narrator before. I was like, I'm not going to go back to that book ever. But I'm really glad that this was a pod book and I was forced to go back and read it because this is a really good book. Yeah. But it's just not a good audiobook. It's just not. You
know what audiobook I absolutely, like, I had to stop it. And this was after I was, like, way deep in it, was A Court of Silver Flames, the last ACOTAR book.
Oh, I liked it.
Hated
You didn't like that it changed narrators, yeah.
Yes, but that is one of my favorite books. Like, that, Nesta's arc in that, like, oh my God. And I'm like, this is why sometimes you got to give it another try.
Yeah.
In print versus, but format matters. Yeah.
And I love Kelsey Navarro Foster, who we had on this season, and she narrates all of Olivia Dade's back catalog and the Spoiler Alert series, which is what most people came in to Olivia's world for. But she's not narrating the current series. The person doing it is the person that narrated the audiobook for that one that we read last winter, Warm Winter Bitches, that like had the porn star in it and they were making like a Hallmark movie. Yeah. So she narrates that and I don't like her voice. So I understand why Olivia has her narrating because like her publisher was kind of like, well, she's got fat representation. She's outspoken in that community. So it would be good to have somebody. But like, I just miss Kelsey Navarro Foster's voice.
Yeah. The chick that does the majority of ACOTAR and does all of Throne of Glass and does the Crescent City first.
Oh, she does those too?
Yes. And you would think it would like trip you up because the three main characters in those are so different. And I can't even think of who it is, but she's one that I'm like, she could read the phone book and I would listen. Like, I just really like her voice. So,
yeah. I really like the male narrator who narrates for Abby Jimenez. Yeah. And I cannot think of his name to save the life of me, but he does all of hers. And it's not Teddy Hamilton. He's fantastic. And like in Part of Your World, there's a scene in which like the emotional depth that he brings and the way that he like the cadence of his voice and the way that he's breathing, it's so real and raw to the character that I was like, I will read everything this guy narrates.
Yeah.
And I would not like Dungeon Crawler Carl if I read it in print. I need Jeff Hayes to tell me the story.
From now on, if I read it, it would still be in Jeff Hayes' voice in my head. But the new characters, like, I would have to totally, like... did you do the audio for the Carissa Broadbent one?
That's The Serpent and the Wings of Night?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Who, the male narrator in that is, like... I'm gonna go around the block one more time. Did
you read oh fucking hell, Quicksilver?
Not yet. It's been on my Kindle forever and I just haven't started it. I don't know why, because now the second one of that is out too.
So the audiobook for it is definitely, the narrators are really good, and there's like a scene where it's all over social media where it's, I'm gonna make you say the name, see all seven gods or something like that. Like, it's hot. But I actually didn't really like the book. I felt like it was just a knockoff generic version of so many books that you and I already love.
Yeah.
And I do not want to read the second one. I would like to boycott it because I bought the fucking first one and then they released a new cover for the second one. and then re-release the first one in a new cover. So now they won't match, and I'm just angry about it. So
well, then I guess I won't feel too bad that it's just hanging out on my Kindle in the cloud. So
you should never feel bad about that. I have like over 100 books on my TBR. That's physically on my shelf. It's physically on my shelf, Katie. Like, that's too many books.
Question number 3.
Oh my gosh, we are just killing it.
Killing it. From the beginning, we are told to maybe not believe the narrator. Mm-hmm. On page 8, it says, this is how the best lies are told, with just enough truth to be convincing.
Yes.
Is Elsip a reliable narrator, or is the nightmare actually showing us who he really is?
That's a hard question, because Elspeth is the only narrator in this book, but I don't think anybody is reliable in it. Mm-hmm. Like, there's nobody that's like telling the truth, except, well, not even the nightmare. He's not telling the truth either.
He's not wholly truthful with her. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I can't answer that question after the first book. I feel like maybe I can answer that question better after the second book. Because like right now I want to trust her, but I don't, nobody's believable in the story. Yeah. Everybody's lying.
It was, when I was rereading this, I picked up on so many Easter eggs from the second one that I was like, was that in this one? And then I'd like flip through and then I'd be like, no, that's in the next one. But it's so good.
So that was me with the first book in the Crimson Moth series, Heartless Hunter. Yeah. When I read it the second time for pod, I was like, holy shit, I missed so much stuff, which is why I want to read the second one so bad. But I think rereading this one would be good before I read the second one, just because the audiobook listening was not a good experience. And you can't trust any of these characters. They are all liars.
All of them.
And some of them for like honorable reasons, like Raven's parent. Yeah. Raven's parents are committing treason. They're doing it to save their son. Yep. So like, that's an honorable reason. Elspeth is hiding who she is because she doesn't want to be murdered. Like, that's an honorable reason. She also doesn't want to like implicate her dad and her half sisters and all that. Right. But it doesn't mean that it's okay that she's doing it. It's not okay.
But it is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the things I really liked about this book, I think, Katie, is because if you're going to build a whole fucking fantasy world, and then the foundation of that being the characters that you can't believe any of them, you have got to make this a good and compelling story. And she did. Now, I did kind of guess, which I'm going to give spoilers. In case you're new here, we do spoilers all the time. I did kind of guess that, especially when Hoth makes the comment that the cards magic is the only real magic, I guessed that the history was changed. Yeah. Because this is how people in power work, right? Mm-hmm. We get the same thing from the Selection series. If you alter history to fit your narrative, that is how you seize power.
That's your, yep. The new narrative is what's in control. Yep.
Exactly. Yep. And almost every book that has these like corrupt leaders, they got into power by changing the narrative.
Yes.
I mean, it happened in Daniel L. Jensen's series that we read.
Yes.
I mean, even like Cinderella is Dead, which is like minor. And I know you didn't really like that book, but you and I did an episode 2 seasons ago with that one. And the same thing, you change the narrative. That's the way you seize the power.
Yep.
So there you go.
But that heads like perfectly into the next question.
Oh, good.
The world building was so good in this.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I loved about this world is this motto that they keep coming back to, this: be wary, be clever, be good. And this theme gets repeated several times throughout the novel. What is your take on these 3 commands that we're hearing from kings and general folk and alike, of how...
And the Nightmare says it too.
Yes, to be wary, be clever, be good. So.
Yeah. So it kind of reminded me, stay with me here because this is going to be a little crazy. I go down rabbit holes and watch like documentaries about cults, and I particularly like polygamous cults. I don't know why. I just think
it's fascinating.
How the fuck did you end up there?
Yeah.
And the be sweet and obey was the big polygamist cult that what the hell is his name? Jeff's, who's in prison now, who's still leading that cult, by the way. He's leading that cult from prison.
Yeah.
That's insane. But stay sweet and obey, it reminded me of that. Mm-hmm. So you have to be diligent in your thoughts, and you have to be weary of everything around you. But the most important thing is what we end on, which is
be good.
Be good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And is there really a way to be good if you are going to fight the patriarchy, if you're going to commit treason? Like, all these people are, like, it's a heist book. Like, it's a heist book wrapped in a fantasy world. And you can't do that with being good. You can't do it then.
But again, like you said before, good for good, for good reasons.
It's honorable reasons.
So, honorable reasons, yeah. So, yeah, agreed. We learn that the nightmare is trapped in Elsep's head and makes her stronger and faster when she calls him. Mm-hmm. Would we call him a demon, a protector? What would you phrase him as?
Okay, so I don't know if you have a question on this because I did not read your questions ahead of time. But I need to preface something in order to answer that question. So I thought that Elspeth absorbed the power of whatever card she touched. Same. But we only get evidence of her doing only touching one card. And that card is the nightmare. Correct. And then he ends up in her head.
Yep.
But I don't actually think that's what her power is. Because at the end of the book, her dad gives her the well. Mm-hmm. And she touches it and then leaves it on her bed. But she doesn't absorb that power.
Does it ever say
she actually touches it?
Because I know she tells...
She leaves it on the bed. Raven. I remember that.
Yeah, she tells Raven, though, it's in my room.
Yeah. Here it is. Let's see. He reached in his pocket. He placed the well card on the foot of my bed. So she doesn't touch it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't think it's that she absorbed his power so much as, like, he becomes a companion? I don't know what word to use.
So I think, too, this was one thing that I had to, like, situate in my brain.
Yeah.
Because Raven has a nightmare card, too.
Yeah.
And Raven can get into other people's heads. So Elsa never tries to do that. Like, the nightmare's in her head. So was the nightmare card that she touched like a dud?
Well, I don't think it could have been, because now the king has it and he's able to use it.
That's fair.
But you know what? Raven says that the longer he uses the nightmare card, because Elspeth asks him if he hears the nightmare in his head. And he said that the longer he uses it, it's like he hears it becomes his own voice.
That is true. Yeah.
So I don't know what the fuck happened to her, but she is, like, possessed by the nightmare. And it's like it's like he is Voldemort in her ass, building up strength until he can come and take over. But I like him. I like him.
I love him. Yes.
And here's another reason why the audiobook didn't work. When he was, like, quoting things, like quoting the cards and, like, using that to, like, reference to her, that doesn't make any sense in the audiobook. You do not understand that that's what's happening.
So Elsa moves to Castle U to help find more cards under the auspices of being courted by Raven. Mm-hmm. I personally love a fake dating trope. So let's dive in a little bit about the spice in this book as well.
I texted you when I got to the part that they were going to be fake courting. I was like, I fucking knew that's how this was going to go down.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm going to be real blunt. I read the spice scene because there's one scene where they actually have sex. There's a few scenes that, like, lead up to that, but, like, there's one open door sex scene. I don't remember any of it. All I All I know is that I texted you, Raven and Elspeth just fucked.
Well, I hope.
And I don't remember what happened.
It's very good.
I remember I enjoyed it, but I couldn't tell you what happened.
It was very good. I was very pleasantly surprised. I was not like looking for this. Like there was enough romance in this that I didn't need the spice, but it was very well added. And then it added that layer to the story.
Yeah.
Then when, he says, I was never pretending.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
That I remember.
Said to her when they were.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I remember that part. I remember him saying that, like, he pretty much was in love with her the first time that he saw her. Then the second time, really, because the first time it was when he was
a highwayman. Yeah. So he couldn't play her. So yes.
But yeah, I liked the evolution of their relationship.
Me too.
That Elspeth slowly became more comfortable with him and able to share her secrets because she didn't have anybody in 11 years that she had told about the nightmare. 11 years.
And then even before that, when she was sick, her dad cast her off. Her stepmom and half-sisters didn't want anything to do with her. She didn't have a person. She had her aunt who she was close with, but she was never able to be completely vulnerable with her. So for that to be her lover, that was I like that. It was very sweet. So,
and I like that it's the line from Rent. I've got baggage. I'm looking for someone with baggage that goes with mine. Like it's that. It's he had all of this stuff too, including that he's also had the fever and therefore has magical abilities. And he can't tell anyone, and she can't tell anyone. And then they find each other. And also, like, that's part of the reason why I couldn't picture him being angry and, like, being violent the way that the narrator... I just don't think Elspeth would have fallen for that. That's just not...
No, 100% agreed. Just based on who she was, she wouldn't have been able to be vulnerable with someone who was angry. Like,
no.
Agreed.
And I think she felt, like, we get the time that they kiss when they're in the like castle in through the one dark window, and she feels so guilty because she can't tell who she really is.
Yeah.
And I still think that, well, I mean, I know this is a spoiler, but she says, if I knew that was the last thing I was going to say out loud to him, it would have been different. Because the book ends, she can't talk like as herself. She's kind of gone dormant, and now the nightmare has taken over. And he discovers the nightmare without her actually telling him. Like, he discovers it because he uses the card because he thinks he's helping her.
Yep.
And it's just the perfect mess to end the book on. Like, it's really messy enough that it makes you want to keep reading,
Yes.
And it's not like a normal cliffhanger, because like sometimes books end on cliffhangers where it's like everything's gone to shit and it's like, now what do you do? So like, for example, Onyx Storm, like, what the fuck? Who's the other brother? When did they get married? Why did she get her memory wiped? All that stuff, right? Like, there's a lot of...
Because am I actually reading what I just read? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that too. But this one, it's more like subtle. It's like, now we have to figure out how to fix all of the bad that's happened and redo all the good we had done, because they still want to save Emery.
Emery. Yep. Yeah. Okay. So, spoiler alert, we find out that the nightmare is the Shepherd King. Elspeth has absorbed his memories and basically his soul. Did you see this twist coming?
I was surprised that he was
this. Yeah.
I was surprised he was the Shepherd King. I really just thought he was one of the cards that was created for the Shepherd King. But it makes sense because magic always comes with a price, right? So the Shepherd King had to give pieces of himself to get these cards. Yeah. And the nightmare was his soul.
Yep.
And so now his soul lives in Elspeth.
Yep.
So I did find that to be surprising. I did not, like I said, I did not find it surprising that the history was changed. Like that made sense to me. But I didn't think he would be the Shepherd King.
Yeah. I like reading it the second time. There are a couple things that I picked up on right away. When she sees the tapestry of the Shepherd King. The first time she comes to Castle U, she's like, who is this? And I'm like, oh, that's because it's him. He's like, you know, drawing her eye to it to kind of like, I think he wants her to know who he is, even though he says a couple times like he doesn't. But I think so.
I figured he had to have some relationship to the Shepherd King, and that the One Dark Window and that castle was the Shepherd King's. I figured that out. But him being the Shepherd King, I did not figure that out.
Agreed.
But you know what I picture him as? You know how what I picture him as? Because like this is something that does bother me about the print book. You get the words of the cards, but not like an image. And I want the image. But I kept picturing the Suriel from
from ACOTAR. Yeah.
That's what I kept picturing.
I need you to read Throne of Glass.
I read the first one.
I need you to read all of them so that we can have the Caltane as the cereal debate.
Okay, I will, because I am going to read whatever the fuck I want.
They're so good. So, okay.
I have to, before I do that though, I have to read down my physical TBR. I have got to. So I have a shit ton of Megan Quinn books and I've read 2 of her books, and I have a whole bunch over here.
Yeah.
I've read one Elsie Silver, and all of those are Elsie Silver, and I've only read one of them. Yeah. So I need to read down my physical TBR first.
I will reread Throne of Glass with you. I'm there. I'm that type of friend. I will reread those for you.
I feel like you would not be making an effort at all to do that. I feel like this would be a joy for you and not as taxing as you're making it sound.
A win is a win, is all I'm going to say. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about that ending, okay?
Okay.
So Crown Prince Hoth, who is just kind of a bastard, we hate him.
I hate him.
Uses Elsip as bait for Raven and Elm and Raven's sister Jesper, who is also one of the, not Night's Watchmen, what are they? The thieves Destriers? Or whatever.
Destriers.
Yes, one of the Destriers, thank you. She lets the Nightmare take over then. He totally loses his shit. He kills the royal physician / infection hunter and severely maims the crown prince. As I was reading and then subsequently rereading, all I could think was, oh shit, she's not coming back from this. What was your reaction? What were your thoughts during that scene?
So my thought was it could go one of 2 ways. Either they're going to find a way to cure her at the end of this book, or it's going to end like it did, where she is no longer in control of her body or her thoughts, and she's kind of gone dormant. Like even with Raven trying to use the Nightmare card, he can't get to her inside her head anymore. And that was the better way to end it, because if it would have ended like, and True Love's Kiss fixed it or something like that,
happily ever after,
I would not have wanted to read the second book.
Yes.
But knowing that she's in there somewhere and just can't get out, like I need to know what happens next. I need to know. And this is why I love duologies, Katie. I love duologies even more so than I do trilogies. Because I get the ending where it's like, what the fuck? I need the next book. And then I get the next book and I get to wrap it up with just 2 books. Like I don't have to dedicate years. And I mean, I really do love Fourth Wing, and I'm going to be with her for this ride. Like I'm impatiently awaiting book number 4, but I would rather read Divine Rivals or this, where I can be done in 2 books.
Yeah. I liked this world a lot. I enjoyed reading it, but I wouldn't want this to be an 8-book saga. Like,
I don't know how you would do that anyway.
It would be like, come on already at some point.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it was a duology. It really made my
I
brain
feel
happy.
like she could get away with like a prequel, but only if that prequel were like a novella. Like I don't think
just about the Shepherd King or
about the Shepherd King and how the cards can be
of the woods. Yeah. If
like I feel like that story that could be a novella and I would read that, but it doesn't need it doesn't need multiple books.
Get her on the phone. Rachel, if you're listening, please send us arcs.
Yeah.
We will do a special Book Besties Katie and April program of it. Rachel, if you're out there and you hear us, we love arcs.
You are very distracting. What are you playing with?
It's my bookmark. It's not broken yet. Can you believe that shit? It's still not broken.
Is that one of the Carpe Librum bookmarks that they sent us?
It is my Carpe Librum bookmark. It is my new favorite fidget. It's a butterfly, guy. It's a butterfly. Ah!
What does yours say?
It is readers are cool.
So I have this one that says readers are cool. Also, I like the the blue and white pattern with the glasses that basically look like my glasses. But I also have this one. I've Born to Read, Forced to Socialize.
I've been fucking with this and flapping it and using it since it came out.
Every episode since you got it.
And it doesn't make noise. It works in my book still.
I love that they don't move when you have them in your book or your notebook. I've been using them to bookmark in my
the other day and it kept my place.
It doesn't. And it doesn't bend the book either. They have a 14-step proprietary system for making these bookmarks. And they've perfected it over time. And they're so much stronger than other magnetic bookmarks on the market.
Talk about strong is their damn tote bags.
Yes, their tote bags are so strong.
I swear I could put a bowling ball in it.
I have been carrying mine everywhere. And I took it to Barnes & Noble.
Your backpack broke.
My backpack broke. I took it to Barnes & Noble and I had like 12 books in it and it was still holding up without any like straining or anything.
# library certified.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So speaking of awesome, be awesome, readbooks.com. That's where you can get all of this stuff from Carpe Librum, our sponsors. They are the bookish shop for bookish people. One of their other slogans is Read, Think, Act, Repeat, which is on the back of all of their shirts. And they are size inclusive. That's very important to us. I wear a 2X and it doesn't shrink when I put it in the dryer, which is 100% hands down super important for someone who is a big lady like me. And this month and December, so November and December, with the code HOLIDAY10, holiday10, you can get $10 off any order of $40 or more. So buy shirts for your bookish friends. Right. 2 shirts will get you there. Yeah. So buy holiday shirts, buy shirts for your bookish friends. They also have
much a bookmark off.
I know.
So like in girl math, you're saving money.
You're saving money. It's like getting it for free.
It's like getting it for free, guys.
So yeah, use our code HOLIDAY10. Get yourself $10 off. Buy some shirts for your bookish friends or magnetic bookmarks.
Readbooks.com, guys.
Be awesome. Readbooks.com. Are you going to read The Night and the Moth?
Which is that?
That's her first book in her next series.
Yeah. I'll read that. I'll definitely read more on her. I was like, so my brain is like all twisted around on all of these, this and then this, and this and then this, and this and then this. So I have a hard time keeping them straight.
Yeah.
So, yes, I will definitely read the rest of her series. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like her writing a lot.
Yes. Agreed.
And Kristen Cicerelli, who wrote the Rebel Witch and the Crimson Moth series, she just re-released as traditionally published one of her previous books called A Dark Forgetting.
Ooh.
And I want to read that too.
Yeah,
it's on my shelf. It's a standalone.
I'm okay with that.
And she had it indie published.
Yeah.
So
good for her. Slay queen, as the kids say. Yeah.
Do they say that? Today my boys were saying something I had never heard of. It's cinema. It's it's cinema, I think they were saying.
Yeah.
And I was like, what does that even mean? I don't. I just got to 6-7.
See, we are not 6-7ers at our house. Thank the Lord.
But you want to hear something funny about 6-7? Sam's birthday is June 7th.
You were saying.
So
yeah.
he's
Sam is 6-7. Yeah.
And then he was born in Ohio. So I'm like, you are just a walking meme, kid.
We, and I will 100% own this. I am bruh a lot.
Oh, I bruh a lot.
And then my kids do this. So now I find myself doing that, just like when they say stupid shit, I'll be like,
we bruh a lot in this house because it's all boys and me, you know.
Well, I mean, and sometimes bruh is non-gender conforming. Like bruh does not choose a gender. Bruh is a statement. So
I would agree with that. That's also like I say girl, and I don't mean that to be gendered either.
And it's not GIRL. It's GURL. Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. Girl.
So, oh, my cat just broke.
Today the boys were talking about surgeries, and I do not know how we got there. I don't know. Okay. But I was like, well, technically you both have had surgeries. So then we talked about circumcision.
Love that. Mm-hmm.
At Mexican.
Love this. Spicy.
And they're like, why do we have that if we don't need it? I was like, I don't know. You don't need your appendix either, and you have it. So it's fine.
If you want to,
you don't have it anymore.
So we think it's part of like the your appendix is when we ate dirt and rocks and berries and stuff. Yeah. But I don't think it's ever been determined what the foreskin is for, other than
actually think it was protection for when we didn't wear clothing.
That's fair too. Yeah. Yeah.
But here's the thing. Tom told me during lunch that now medically they don't think you should get a circumcision because they say it's not benefiting you. But let me just tell you how fucking dirty boys are. They are dirty. Yeah. And there is no fucking way that my boys would pull that thing back and clean underneath it. They'd have all sorts of nasty fungal infections up in their pee. And you know how I know that? Because James keeps getting fucking impetigo because he licks his face all the time. There would just be so many peen infections. I just can't.
Well, that was my last question on that note.
What a way to go out!
April Goodreads, yeah.
I gave it 4.5, but here's the thing. I actually think this is a 5-star book. I need to read the physical book. What did you give it?
I gave it 4.5. Okay. And it's just because I'm such a... I just am not a 5 giver, but I really, really liked it. And then reading it the second time, I definitely rated it 4.5 the second time too.
So I've read 125 books this year, but I've only rated 23 of them 5 stars.
Yeah.
So I'm not really a 5-star giver either, but I will say I have just read 3 amazing fucking romantasy books in a row, and it has been delightful. Because When the Moon Hatched, that book was fantastic.
So good. Takes a while to get there. But once you're in, you're like...
That was definitely one of the better books I've read this year. I had planned to do a display in the library of like build your own display. So I was going to like have everybody put their recommendations. But what I'm actually going to do, I'm still going to do that. But first, I'm going to do the librarian recommends, because I am the librarian. Like I am the librarian. Not everybody the library is a librarian, but I am. And I'm going to do the librarian recommends and put all of my favorite books that I read from this year on the display for January. And then in February, because we do winter reading in February with my library system, I'm going to let everybody else build their display. So they're going to be able to like write a little review and stick it on the book. And so then other people can pick it up and see what other people have recommended and build their own display all month long. I think that's going to be really fun.
The one main library that we go to, the main branch of our library, they always have a recommended by staff. Mm-hmm. And there is one staff member there. Her name's Brittany. I don't think she's a librarian. I think she's circulating staff or whatever. Anything
That's
she puts
okay.
on there, I'm like, I will read what Brittany puts out. Like her
Yeah.
and my choices are so much alike that I'm always
Yeah.
like, I think maybe one time I read a book that I didn't like and I took it to her at checkout and I was like, girl. And she was like, no. I'm like, yes, I hated this one. She was like, oh my God. But like, I love the displays at our library anymore.
Yeah.
It's like makes me happy to like think about what people are like what the library staff is putting into them, because I know like you work super hard at that and that's like a thing that you're very proud of. So I'm always like, oh, look how hard they worked at making this display. Like some genuine thought went into that. So
My display this month is doing so well that I've run out of books, and so there just has to be holes on it until they come back. But
I love
it's
that.
not a display that like I've really put a lot of time into. It's holiday baking. So it's just a bunch of
Still,
baking books. But they've gone so quickly that I don't have any books now. So
I love that.
but I do like making displays, and we have a few patrons that know which display is mine because I have a spindle. Everybody else has like slat wall displays, and I have a spindle. And they know
Ooh,
that's my display, and so that's immediately where they go first
I
because they
love
know
that.
that's
Yeah.
the girl's display. And then I have two patrons. Well, I have a few patrons that like definitely want my recommendations, but I have two in particular that are older ladies,
Mm-hmm.
quite older ladies. Like one is in her 80s, I think. One's in her 70s, one is in her 80s, and they will absolutely hunt me down. If I'm in my office, they will tell my staff, like, can you go get April? I need book recommendations. And both of them were in this past week, on the same day, which was crazy. And so one is named Marie, and she had 3 books already. And she's like, can you give me a recommendation? I'm like, what are you in the mood to read? She's like, I don't know, whatever you tell me to read, I'll read it. So, and I've given her like a ton of recommendations. So I actually gave her Wayward, which was great recommendation. And then I gave her one more, and I can't think of what it is, but she's read all of TJ Klune because of me. Although I did tell her, I told her I do not recommend the Wolf Song series for her.
Yeah,
I just think the first book is grooming, and I don't support that. So
yeah.
that one, no. But I always give her books. She's read Shark Heart. She's read all of them. Then and she knows my name. My name is April. She knows my name. The other woman, whose name is Ruth, Miss Ruth, every time she comes, I'm like, hey, Miss Ruth, how are you? Hi, girl. I do not think she actually knows my name. I've been at the library for 1.5 years. I've been giving Miss Ruth recommendations for 1.5 years. She still calls me girl. I do not think she knows my name. She brings me snacks, and she always tells me, I haven't been to the store to get snacks for you yet. And I'm like, Miss Ruth, you don't have to bring me snacks. And she's like, but you give me good book recommendations. So now she's reading down a rabbit hole. She's reading all of the Read with Jenna books, because she didn't realize that Jenna Bush had like her own book club. And so she's reading them. And because of the issues we've had with shipping at the latter half of this year, I don't have in the October, November, and December ones yet. So I started her on the 2024 list now. And then when I was back there, I grabbed Under the Cerulean Sea. And I was like, Miss Ruth, have you read this? And she's like, no. And I was like, this is one of my favorite books ever. She's like, put it on my card. She's like, I'm reading that one first. I got her to read Shark Heart. I got her to read, like, I've gotten her to read everything that I love because she reads a lot. Like, she reads a lot. She always takes 6 books at a time, and she comes every week. So
dang,
I know she's a really big reader. And
I can't wait to be retired and read that much.
My plan for retirement is not only to read, because I read now, but I plan to snuggle NICU babies. That is my goal. I want to volunteer in NICUs because when James was in the NICU, like, you don't realize how judgmental you are until you're actually fucking a parent. And then you're like, okay, well, I'm a dumbass. Like, why was I such a bitch to all these people? So James was being in the NICU for 4 days. And, there were babies that would just be like crying all the time in the NICU, and no one ever visited them. And like, initially I was like, where are their parents? Like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, you should be here with your baby. And then I thought about it. That baby had been in the NICU for months. James was in for 4 days. You have to go back to work to afford the insurance to keep your baby in the NICU.
Yep.
And that is so appalling to me. So I'm going to go snuggle babies at the NICU. That's my plan.
Yeah.
I can't knit hats. I might learn so I can make baby hats too. But that's all I really want to do. I want to go cuddle babies because being touched is healthy for them. It helps them grow.
100%. Yep.
I want to read to them. They won't fucking know what I'm saying, but I read to babies all the time in the library.
Yeah.
So
it develops their neurons. So
it does. The synapses in the brain that develop in the first 5 years of life are insane. You don't develop that much. You don't develop. I know. I'm preaching to the choir. You don't develop that much any other time in your life ever.
Right.
Ever.
Yep.
There's no other time like that.
Their little brains are just like clay. Like you can just get in there and make it however. So yep.
Yeah, and it really does. The words you tell them matter. Like it matters that they're exposed to kind words. That they're exposed to larger words. Like Sam, he still can't pronounce things correctly, but the hell if we won't tell him these big words because he knows them.
He'll learn. He'll be able to. He knows those words. He just can't pronounce them. There's a difference. So yeah.
He's gonna arm him artillery. That was my favorite one that he said.
I love that.
Oh, well, that's not it, buddy.
Close, no cigar.
So close. Okay, so next week you're back again. Next week we're going to talk about this book, The Crimson Throne. We're going to have Sarah Rosh and Beth Revis here with us. And this is their first book. I'm assuming this is going to be a series, but we're going to talk more about that with them. They have a duology, The Night Witch. But Beth was on last season, and I read The Nightmare Before Christmas, which you're going to read too. And I messaged Sarah on, I think it was maybe TikTok or something, and was just like, oh my gosh, this book is so good. I love it so much. And Sarah's from Ohio and lives in Virginia.
And lives in Virginia.
So crazy. She lives like about an hour from me, which is crazy.
Love that.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on next week, and that is the season finale for season 9. And then we're done. Then I'm going to read Megan Quinn's new smutty Christmas book.
Oh, with the cordial cherries.
Yes.
All I have to tell you is I need you to text me when you finish the popcorn scene too.
I'm guessing that goes around his dick because I saw a video of her and she was like wrapping it around something, and I was like, okay, so that's what we're doing here.
But like there's so much more to it, and I was like snorting. I was laughing so hard. So.
I love her writing. Also, the third book in that series is not going to be the one you were hoping for.
Dang. That's okay. I'll go read it.
I can't remember what character she said, but I saw like a clip of an interview, and so I would love it if she did a queer story. Yeah. My brain is broken. I don't know.
It's all good.
All right, that's it. Go get your shirts. Be awesome. Readbooks.com. Holiday 10 for the code. Save $10 on an order of 40 or more. Katie, I love you. I'm sure we're going to get off of this and immediately text each other, which we 100%. Should.
Yeah.
I love you, and I'll see you next week. Sound good?
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us on Book Besties. Don't forget to like and subscribe. The views discussed here are those of April and Molly, not those of anyone else. Today's book was One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Thanks to our guest and other bestie, Nurse Katie, for leading this episode. We'd like to thank our sponsor, Carpe Librum, the shop that has bookish things for bookish people. And right now, you can save $10 on any order of $40 or more by using our code HOLIDAY10, which is good for the rest of this month of December. Your book besties are Molly Biggs and April Watkins, editing by Thomas Watkins, and music is Sleep Sweetly by Brigida. Don't forget to follow the Book Besties on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. If you'd like to contact the Book Besties, please email us at bookbestiespod@gmail.com or visit our website, bookbestiespodcast.com. Until next time, besties, get lost in your favorite book.